Yeah, I'm about to do a fucking rant video. Scopely, I swear these guys must have. Oh, do they do any quality control? Do they, when they do an update? I swear they just like give the game to a room of chimpanzees to play on to find if there's any bugs in it or any errors in it, because just like maybe Mr. Burns with the with writing a novel, it was the best of times, it was the blurst of times, and this is definitely one of the fucking blurst of times, because while this update looks like it's exciting with territories and everything, and the cool buff and debuff timer that you see over Toon's heads, it also does something fucking stupid, okay? It's selecting the longest running status debuff, which is fine, but if that status speed debuff comes with a rush that also comes with a different debuff, it won't just not select the shortest one that's coming from the rush. It will also not select the other debuff that's coming with that rush. And I'll give you an example of that. Okay? So, I'm going to take this team out for a spin and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so, yes, I have some really great cards, and I spent some pretty serious money getting those cards, okay? Let's just get Victor out of the picture. Okay. Alright, so we're going to plonk an impaired down there. And get rid of that tune. Alright, and I'll shield with Magnet. It doesn't really matter what I do there with Squid. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a moment. Okay, so I've lost Magna, right? You can see on these cards, I've got two that have the 5-turn impair on, which is great. Okay. Okay, and I'll do a revive in a second. Okay, so you see this Jesus has the 5-turn impair and a 1-turn stun from hitting my Magna, which should be finishing in a moment. Now I'll revive my Magna, do her rush. Now her rush comes with a single turn, impair and 60% defense debuff for 1 turn, and all teammates receive an attack buff for 1 turn. Now, look, I've got the attack buff on, but look at these enemy cards, right? The one who had the 5-turn impair on it keeps the 5-turn impair, doesn't get the 1-turn impair because it's shorter, and that's great, but doesn't get the defense debuff. Look at the Dwight, he's got the 1-turn impair and the defense debuff. They both got hit by the same rush, but because of this stupid fucking update, right, this combination, which I spent serious money on putting together, now is fucking useless. So let's say there's a human shield, right, that I can't knock over. I can pop the Magna defense debuff on that human shielder, which means that the next round of Michonne rushes, which is coming right now, yeah, will knock that human shield out in one hit. Okay, because of the attack buff and the defense debuff. Because of this stupid fucking update, I can't do that anymore. It's like, as soon as you start winning with these guys, they just got no fucking idea. This makes me so angry. Like, why should I bother spending money on putting together decent combinations if this is just going to happen? And I don't think they're ever going to fix it. They have a huge bug in their mass stunners. So let's say you have 2 stunners. If you so I'm using Krista's, which I know is an unusual card to use, but this could happen with Magna as well. Okay, it does a stun to 1 enemy and all adjacent. Right, so I'll do that. However, it won't stun for a second turn if you hit them with the Krista stun the next turn, unless they are the initial target. So Toons cannot be stunned 2 turns in a row by single turn stun specials unless they are the initial target. And it's just like, that was 6 or 7 months ago I complained about that. It's never been fixed. Obviously, not many people out there are using multiple Cristas, so fair enough. But it totally nerfed a really viable option for me dealing with blues at that point in the game. So I was able to drop enough stuns down to lock the rest of the game down. And so once we got sort of into the late game, now I can't do that anymore, and Scopely's never fixed it. So why the fuck are they going to fix this? Yeah, it's newer tunes, but look, they're not going to see this video. I'm not a big enough YouTuber. The big YouTubers aren't going to pick this one up anyway. So it's like, I've sent off my complaint to Scopely, which was reasonable but also a bit angry, and it's just, what the fuck are these guys doing? What other tunes is this going to apply to? It's just ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. I'm so annoyed at what they've done here. Hopefully they pick up some feedback on this one. At least both of those cards are relatively long than Cristas because they're stronger and better. So hopefully they do something. Maybe the same thing will happen for enemies that have a larger debuff than the Magna one, and so they won't pick up the Impair if they're would have been getting a debuff from somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, this is just, they're just like continuously shoving updates with cool stuff in our faces, but they're just like constantly fucking up simple stuff. Just, oh my gosh. I don't know what to say, guys, that hasn't been said, but they're just, I'm actually seriously getting towards the end of my tether on this one. Like, I love this game. It is such a fucking great game. And it's a mobile game. And it's like the deepest, most interesting and exciting mobile game ever been made, in my opinion. It makes, like, Boom Beach and all that shit, Galaxy of Heroes, and even the other Walking Dead game, No Man's Land, it just makes them look like shitty games. You know, this game is fucking incredible. It's got great art style. It's got great elements. It's got, you know, a bit of a gambling spin, but it's like really exciting, and you do get rewarded. So it is a fantastic game, but they're just tripping over their own damn feet, right? Over their own damn feet with these updates, right? Tetris is going to be awesome, but now these two tunes, Magna and Green Michonne, I can't fucking use them together. I mean, I can, but that defense is a huge part of cracking through tank teams. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Okay, like, do I keep playing the games? I keep using these cards that work really well together? Like, what combination of tunes is it going to be next that are going to get nerfed? Like, no combination is safe, basically. It could work really well one day and then just be complete shit the next day. All that needs to happen is an update's going to come and fuck up your combo. So, you know, good luck enjoying the great combinations. You know, kiss them goodbye, because in the next update they could just fucking disappear and be not as good together and just a waste of money. So if they're not a big enough waste of money as it is. Anyway, look, this has gone too long, but that's all I got to say. Well, I'm going to go off and take a big shit now. That's the next step for me. Okay, that's it for now. Bag out.